Hello guys, welcome back to Hollywood Recapped. Today I will recap you a 2011 drama romance movie titled Madrid 1987. The movie starts and we are shown an old man named Miguel, who was writing articles, sitting in the restaurant. He is actually a famous writer and writes for quite famous papers and magazines. Only then his eyes falls on a girl who is coming towards him. This girl's name is Angela and she is here to interview Miguel because she also wishes to be a successful writer like Miguel. Further, Miguel and Angela are talking, and we can understand that he is very open-minded and in whatever comes in his mind he speaks directly to the person. Next, when Angela orders a Coca-Cola, then Miguel takes a sheet from the side from where Angela drank. Miguel later tells that the doctor forbade him to take things like Coca-Cola, coffee, cigarettes and wine. But he doesn't care and listen to the doctor and he ends up smoking and drinking Coca-Cola. He adds, all at once, if he dies then this all will be the reason for his death. And from this we can clearly understand how different he thinks from the rest. Then after a while Angela shows a sample of her article to Miguel, but after reading that sample to Miguel, he says that he doesn't like it at all. Miguel directly tells Angela about it and also gives some tips to improve her writing. Angela also agrees on this matter and after that Miguel says that you should try to write something unique in your style. Because good writing is a skill that no one can teach us and it comes out of us, naturally. After all these things, Miguel asks Angela to get the apartment keys from the jacket pocket, which actually belonged to his friend Luis's apartment, which was a prank. Then Miguel says if you want to continue the interview then we should go to Luis's apartment because I do not want anyone to disturb us during the interview. In fact, during this interview a lady comes there to get the autograph of Miguel and that is the reason Miguel asks Angela to walk to his friend's apartment, to which Angela too agrees. After that, we see both at the apartment of Miguel's friend Luis. Angela was looking at the painting kept there. Then Miguel offers her wine and says that he didn't like painting because painting takes a lot of thinking. But this doesn't happen in writing. While writing we just say beauty. Soon after this, Miguel comes close to Angela and takes off her glasses and then kisses her. So we come to understand what Miguel intends to do and what she does on the pretext of an interview with Angela wants to do. Further, Miguel says to Angela that nowadays he doesn't enjoy kissing at all. This is all because of his growing age. And then, Miguel asks Angela to remove her clothes. Because he said that Angela is here to take something from him, so that's why he too should get something in return and companion. Miguel adds that he will not do anything with her instead, he just wants to see her beauty. In fact, Miguel was very attracted to Angela at first sight and since then he made up his mind to do all this. But hearing this from Miguel, Angela categorically refuses to do this and she immediately leaves the apartment, but after a while, she comes back and takes off her clothes. And then Miguel asks her to sit beside him and he starts painting on Angela's body. Further, Angela goes to take bath. Only then Miguel too comes there and when he comes in, he closes the bathroom door. And after this Angela tries to open the door. But it does not open. In fact, the door was locked once it was hit and Liz forgot to tell Miguel about it. Now, both of them are trapped inside the bathroom. Then both Miguel and Angela try to open the door for a long time, but it is of no use and both of them cannot open that door. Then Miguel tries to break the door, but the door does not break, instead, he starts feeling pain. That's when Angela starts shouting outside from the bathroom window. So that someone can hear her voice and come to save her. But Miguel forbids her to do so because if someone sees them both in such condition, then there will be a big issue. Miguel later tells Angela that his friend Luis is out for 2 days and he will not come home for 2 days. That means that both of them have to stay in the bathroom for 2 days. At the same time, he tells that if he does not go home by tomorrow, then his wife will call the police. To which Angela says before that his parents will call the police because she did not inform her parents where she would go. After knowing this, Miguel understands the situation and then he himself starts shouting to the neighbors from the bathroom window. But there was no response from outside. Now on coming down, Miguel thinks that comedy has happened with him or a tragedy. Then Angela replies that if he gets out of here early, then it will be comedy, and if both of them are seen by her parents in this condition, then there will be a tragedy. So Miguel asks Angela what does her daddy do. Then Angela says that her father works in the military. After hearing this, Miguel gets a bit nervous because if her dad sees them both, he might shoot him with a gun. Then after talking, Miguel learns that he knows Angela's father and together he also knows Angela's elder sister Ajibel. Now Miguel tells Angela that her elder sister and he attended acting class together and he liked Ajibel a lot. But Miguel never told Ajibel about this. Upon hearing this, Angela says that Ajibel was really fond of acting and now, today she has gone a long way by acting. Here Miguel also learns that Ajibel still recognizes him and gave her number to the same Angela and Miguel feels very happy to hear this. But Angela says that Agibel thinks Miguel is an overrated writer and she doesn't like his handwriting. Miguel feels a little sad to hear this, but he says that only the overrated writer settled at that point where he can reach a little bit of it. Later, Miguel tells Angela the story of his friend that like this he didn't come home for one day, but his wife suspects that he was with another girl and she complained to the police to teach him a lesson that her husband has been taken by the terrorist. But when his friend regains consciousness, the subsequent day he sees that his news is running on TV and newspaper. Since that day he has never gone out with other girl. And after narrating this story Miguel tries to come closer to Angela, but she gets up and goes to the other side. Further, Angela says that she have read all his novels which is quite strange, but still he is awarded so much for those novels. Found this Miguel says that people spend a lot of time writing novel. Whereas he writes it professionally and every day keeping a target he completes the pages of novel in some way. Then voice hits to Miguel and Angela. Because listening to the voice of the girls people are ready to do anything. Angela makes a voice, but this time too there is no answer. Now Miguel tries again to get close to Angela, but Angela says she doesn't want to do anything and right now she just wishes to get out of here. After this, Miguel shamelessly starts peeing in front of Angela and when Angela sees his doing this, she smiles. So we can guess that now she's all on Miguel's side and getting attracted. And then Miguel calls for help from the bathroom window, but this time also there is no answer. Now he was very frustrated and he had to get out of here as soon as possible. Further Miguel says that he is an old-aged man so no one wants to have a relationship with him. By saying this he gets very emotional. And after hearing this Angela feels very pity on him and then she does intimate game with Miguel. This is what Miguel wanted her to do. Then Miguel gives Angela a lot of negative points about her writing and that Angela feels very bad to hear this. But she replies in anger that everyone always tweets to her as if she does not know anything. When Angela's anger subsides she tells Miguel that when she was young, she stood in front of the mirror and thought she was a famous personality and her interview is going on. After hearing this Miguel says that all people do not accept themselves as they are but always think of becoming more powerful and famous. This is quite a wrong thing and Angela had also noticed this. So now she has mirrored. After this both of them get very bored when the talk is over. So Miguel starts telling the story of a movie to Angela because he was very fond of watching movies. Miguel says that there was a family. In it there were parents and there was a son. One day suddenly the son stopped getting up from the bed, seeing that the parents felt that he does not want to go to school. But after going on for several days, parents bring the psychiatrist to home, then that psychiatrist tells his son toxin after talking she tells the parents that your son has been shocked by something, so you should try to behave him in a normal way. After that the parents took him on vacation and there he brings the son to the bed itself, then there a girl who falls in love with his son. But the son still does not get up from the bed. Seeing this, the girl feels very bad and then she also starts living on bed. After that one night, suddenly the son wakes up and goes somewhere. His parents also tries to find him a lot, but they do not get it. But despite this his mother was very happy because now his son got up from the bed, also had guilt in the companion that why is she so happy with his son's departure. After this Miguel says that whatever we did today you will definitely be guilty of. But after leaving from here if I meet you on the way then ignore me and leave. After then both of them hear someone's voice from outside. Then Miguel calls him and he asks to call his friend. Which the man first refuses, but then he talks about giving him the money. Hearing this the man calls Miguel's friend Luis. And after a while, Luis comes and takes them both out of the bathroom. After this, it happens as Miguel told Angela to ignore him. And she leaves from there. Then the movie ends here. I hope you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe. Comment down below which movie should I recap next.